Tuesday, December 22nd, and welcome to the Next Level Podcast, Episode 9. I am Emi Basavan. With me is a man that has no regrets.
No
John
regrets,
Danholm.
no fear.
And sitting next to him, we have a man that believes in nothing. Maher Appa.
Yeah, my name is Maher.
Guys,
Can't believe I just did that.
this is the last episode of the year.
Yeah, man.
So we're going to take it easy today, and we're going to have some fun. And to give our listeners a bit of a heads up, we're going to take a little break from the Next Level Podcast over the holidays because I'm off to the UK for a month. Maher's off to Armenia for 6.
Ouch.
Yeah. So when we start up again in late January, we're going to have a new face in here, and we're going to have a new voice on the podcast. So that'll be fun.
Should be good, man.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys should keep tuning in to the Next Level because we're going to have regular content going up, and it's going to be good. Guys, hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How's it going?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. I gotta say right off the bat, dude, I'm gonna miss you, Maher.
Yeah.
I'm gonna even though, it's the very beginning of the podcast thus far, I'll miss you, man. You level us. You level us when we're the next level, dude, but we need you to level us, dude.
Aw.
You're like the level up bar, dude, when it says like ding, you hit level, dude. That's you.
You touched my heart, man. I just want to twirl your mustache.
Yeah.
I just want to clear something up so people don't think I'm fucking stupid. I did that German accent in the beginning because you said I believe in nothing.
Yeah, you.
And I was referring to the Big Lebowski. I believe in nothing. We believe in nothing. Just to be clear. Just to be absolutely clear.
Are they dangerous? No, Donnie. They're nihilists.
Love
Yeah,
that
man.
movie, dude.
Yeah, no, I love
Yeah,
it.
it's okay.
Man. You didn't like Big Lebowski?
Just kidding.
Oh,
It's a
dude.
good movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie, dude.
Dude, what is this beer you
Yeah,
brought?
well, what is this thing?
So this is my favorite local beer from San Diego. It's called Red Trolley Ale. It's like Irish red ale. It's
Holy shit.
won a ton of awards. Yeah.
I just broke the rule and just took a swig
Man.
without saying cheers, but I
Oh,
do not
dude.
regret it. That was so good.
Yeah, no, you
Well-
shouldn't regret it. I'm already halfway done, dude.
Oh, well, I'm gonna take
I
a
broke
drink.
the rules a fair amount of time ago.
Man, that's excellent.
Yeah, it's very
dude.
good.
Yeah.
It doesn't it's so just smooth. It's
You
not-
know what, dude?
It's
Next
hard
to
to explain, but
next to the Leffe that we
San
brought like
Diego,
some weeks ago, this
Yeah.
is like the best beer we've had on this podcast.
Yeah.
I
And
think.
it's a local thing? It's San Diego?
it's San Diego local brew.
Okay.
I think Carl Strauss Brewing Company. So it's making beer not worse since '89.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I tried this. I don't know how long ago, just like on a whim. Like I was on a stint of just trying different beers, and this one just like won me. The one thing I'll say about it, to its fault, is that it's sort of a hit and miss. 50% of the time when I get this, it leaves an odd aftertaste in my mouth, and the other 50%, there's no aftertaste at all.
There's no aftertaste right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
no
isn't. So
aftertaste
we
right
got
now.
pretty lucky. I was gambling there, but it either way, it's always good. It's just like once you're done with it, there's like an odd little.
What's
like,
up with that aftertaste? Like, is it just like an older beer?
No, it tastes a little metallic sometimes, like blood. I know
That's how I like my beer. I don't know about you guys.
That's
No, I know
fucking
that sounds-
gross, dude.
I know it sounds. So you're the one who brought it to my attention, Mahed. I brought this to your house a long time ago, and you said there's a weird aftertaste in there. And
To
even
this
though
beer?
yes, and even though you love the beer, you were like, I really love it, but there's a weird aftertaste. And ever since you said that, I couldn't help but taste it like about half the time when I'd get it.
Interesting.
It doesn't taste like blood, dude.
I
We're
don't
not
even
vampires.
remember
It
that.
tastes like
Oh,
just
that's
that
unfortunate.
odd metallic twinge, like when you're done.
Mhm.
But I don't taste it now, so
Yeah, no, I don't taste it either.
yeah,
It's excellent.
Lucky day.
It's 6% alcohol, too.
yeah,
So
man.
It's like, it's not weak.
Yeah, not weak by any means, and it doesn't even like taste like a harsh beer in the slightest.
Yeah.
The same as the Leffe, man. It was so deceptively strong.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't taste as
Whoa,
strong as
no,
it.
dude, what the hell was left in? That was like 8 or 9%?
It was high. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It didn't. I mean, it tasted strong, but definitely not 8% strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm glad you guys like this beer.
No, it's excellent.
Yeah, dude, Red Trolley Ale.
Irish red ale.
Actually,
huh?
dude, you know what? I hate to like break the news, but
Uh-oh.
I did kind of just get that aftertaste.
Did you get it now?
Now that I know what you're talking
Oh, I'm
about,
sorry
just
that
kinda,
I
no,
brought
no,
it
but
up.
it's not bad. I've kind of
Yeah.
It's all a matter of perspective, really. I could say it's gross, it's like blood, but I could just say it's like dark chocolate. It's like a dark chocolate aftertaste. Almost.
It's like that's I guess the exact way. It's not blood or metal. It's like a little bitter at the very very end. In this
like an 85% cocoa dark chocolate. Just
I don't
enters
mind
my
that at
mouth.
all. I actually like bitter. I don't
Yeah,
know about
man.
you guys, but
That's very true.
You eat that
recall.
shit? You eat the 90% dark chocolate? Like,
I don't
that's
think
not
I've-
even
okay.
chocolate anymore. It's
I don't think I've had 90%. I think most I've had is like 75 or 80. But yeah, dude, like that shit's bitter.
I
It's
don't like
good.
dark chocolate.
Oh
at all.
no,
hate it.
dude.
I'm
yeah,
a
I
milk
don't.
chocolate
I don't
boy.
either, actually. But
Milk chocolate.
I'm a milk chocolate
No, yeah,
boy.
same
No,
here.
dude.
Same
No,
here.
dude.
Dude,
I
are
know.
you kidding?
No,
Milk cho-
dude. Like, don't you want to taste the fucking chocolate?
No, I want to taste whatever milk chocolate is because it's
Ugh.
tastier. It's sweeter and better.
Okay, so what is your, I guess, candy bar of choice? Since we're talking about chocolate,
That's
if you had to go with the candy
I don't
bar.
know. That's rough. I have a huge sweet tooth, so I can't decide really.
Ferrero Rocher.
Never had it.
Really, dude? No, dude, you've had Ferrero Rocher. Like the little fucking the chocolate balls.
Oh,
It's the ones that have layers, like you bite into.
That
Yeah,
has like
yeah.
Nutella in it or something.
Yeah,
or,
okay.
like the
Dude,
hazelnut
okay.
thing.
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, no, it's good.
The
Uh,
fuck is wrong with that?
Yeah,
I'm a-
no, but I would not put that as my favorite though.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
If you could have a room just filled with one kind of chocolate, it wouldn't be Ferrero Rocher. You're lying.
No,
I'm a Twix guy. I love Twix. I love.
not Twix.
I like
dude.
Hershey's. Just plain Hershey's milk chocolate is really good
Mm,
for me. I used to chase vodka with Hershey's.
chocolate?
Yeah, with just like little. You know how like the Hershey's bars, you can like break them up into
Yeah.
premeditated like squares or whatever, rectangles. I would just like have a shot of vodka, and then eat the little square, and the vodka taste was gone, and I
Oh,
had
man.
like a sweet taste in my mouth. it was a nice, well thought out
Yeah,
system.
that sounds good.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool, actually. You know, I've been to the Hershey factory
Where is that?
in Washington D.C.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the 8th grade like trip. This wasn't some like cool trip I took or
Okay.
anything. It was just like when I was in school and
Yeah.
they
Straight
took us
business.
there. Straight business. They took us there. You know, it was kind of underwhelming, dude. You know, it was just a bunch of like supply line shit. It wasn't like
What's a factory? What, I mean, what do you expect?
dude. I was expecting they
Like
took us
Willy
there.
Wonka's chocolate.
Yeah,
factory?
dude, they took a bunch of 8th graders to chocolate Hershey's. Of course, we were like, "Whoa, Hershey's!" We expected to see like I don't know, like chocolate midgets like walking around. I don't know, some cool stuff. It was just a bunch of like depressed workers in like a supply line and like just big ass Hershey signs
Yeah.
everywhere. It was
Sounds
dumb.
It takes
good, man.
sadness to make happiness.
I love M&Ms.
That that's not bad, dude.
I fucking love M&Ms. One of my favorite chocolates. But I would say now I've decided now what my favorite is the world's finest chocolate, the mint one that I brought here like a couple weeks
Oh,
ago.
yeah,
randomly.
man.
I just brought like a small box. You remember that?
Dude, that was excellent.
You know
That's
what, dude?
my favorite chocolate.
I mean, I'll say this much: I don't like milk chocolate, but I love that one.
you don't like milk or mint?
Sorry, mint.
Mint.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I don't like mint chocolate either, but I love that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was very strong.
That's probably my favorite. Like I could eat that. I could fill a room with that and just have one every day or more, and I'd be super happy until the diabetes killed me. You know, it'd be cool. It'd be a nice jaunt until my grave, dude. Oh man.
I don't know, man. That's the proper way to go, I think.
Yeah, just
drowning in
overloading.
chocolate.
Yeah, why not, dude?
Death by chocolate. That's what I always say.
Death by chocolate.
Dude, I can't help it. I'm just itching. I know we're just like chilling and bantering and shit, but I have to just bring up a game,
Okay.
a video game on our
Okay.
video game podcast. All right, dude. So I've been watching my brother and John play Xenoblade, the new Xenoblade
All right,
Dude,
man.
okay.
on the Nintendo. All right,
Give me your thoughts, dude.
not gonna get too heavy into it. I'll just say
you
a
could.
few things.
Doesn't matter.
Just a few things. So, JRPGs, and to people who don't know what that is, it's just Japanese RPG.
Yep.
That's what they're called.
It's like its own genre now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty unique games. You know, they're different.
Yeah.
From the regular
Weird.
game. And I think what I realized from watching you guys play Xenoblade a little bit is that one thing that most JRPGs have in common, I think, are that they are very intimidating at first in the beginning. They're intimidating games, like the game systems, like just even the formats, the layouts, the
Yeah.
UI. They look very strange.
Hmm.
And it could be off-putting. And it did put me off. You know, I wasn't
Yeah.
even playing and it put me off.
Yeah. It put me off in the beginning as well.
But then I also realized that the longer you play it, it just...
Well, you
it-
just get kind of
you naturally just get used to it.
Yeah.
And the fact that the gameplay is very good kind of like makes you forget about how ugly like the user interface usually is.
Yeah, man. It's like the UI and like the different systems, they're very unexplained and they just kind of throw you in there, and it's not that appealing if you're just casually into it. So that's why I see this kind of game doesn't have a market that it probably deserves on its own merit. But
The main reason why I brought it up is this. I just wanted to comment on just like a shocking thing about it. Holy shit, the graphics in that game
are awful.
are garbage. just garbage.
Really?
And I
Yeah.
understand it's on a Wii U, and like, okay, when you're in the open world from certain angles, it looks nice, but it looks like a decade-old game.
Yeah,
Honestly, it does.
I like narrowed it down. I'll say it's like it feels like an 8-year-old game.
Yeah.
It really
Dude,
does.
I remember the trailers and the stuff that they showed. What was it, E3 or like even a few months ago? Like it was
'Cause
beautiful.
They were all large scale. That's
Yeah.
why. They
Might
were
be
all
that.
large scale. You couldn't like scrutinize it.
So like, well, what? Okay, so what's the point of the game? Like, what are you?
I don't know
know
bro.
yet.
You know what it is, dude?
Really? What do you mean you don't know
What
yet?
do you mean you want to know like the story or something?
Sure, like the
Like
plot?
you're
what's
basically
it about?
You're basically like your Earth was like destroyed because it got caught in like an alien fight between two separate alien species,
Okay.
and so
They
the
fucked
people
up the
of Earth,
planet. Like they fucked up the planet and
yeah,
you're
yeah,
trying to
they like
survive
fucked up
after
the
the
airspace.
aftermath.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much like everyone on Earth like launched into space to try to get out of like the crossfire.
Oh.
So you're assuming that Earth was already like scientifically advanced enough to do that. That's like I guess the premise of the game. And then yeah, they all leave and like only a handful survive, and they were floating in space for like 2 years. They crash land on this planet, and then you get to that planet as like a sole pod. Like you were like an offshoot of like the survivors
Okay.
that just happened to get there right now. And then you create your character, guy or girl, and you just go out and like
Dude, you
you're
want
in
to
this alien world.
know
Yeah.
what the vibe is? The vibe is that it's like Final Fantasy.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I
how I-
guess. Yeah,
That's how I described it as soon as I saw it. It looked exactly like how Final Fantasy, like the newer ones. Like
Yeah, but
look.
Final Fantasy looks good.
No, it does. It does. But just like the kind of weird, like running around with companions and not knowing what the fuck
But
is
those
going
are like
on,
JRPG
and random
tropes.
little, random little, like, things that you just find, like items,
Yeah.
like little orbs and shit.
What's the
and
combat system like? Is it
weird,
real time?
man.
It's very weird. It's unique, though. I can
can't-
appreciate how unique it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's hard to explain.
Is
like
it real time or is it like
somewhat
Mass Effect
real
style? Like
time.
you,
So
like
it's
you
all
pause
real
and you give
time.
orders.
No, it's not. It's not real time in the sense like when I hit my, like if I hit a button, then my guy attacks. It's
Yeah.
not real time like
Like
that.
you queue up your attacks.
No, it's like an MMO. You're auto attacking all the time,
Oh,
and you can choose through different abilities, and those abilities have cooldowns. It's straight up exactly a WoW.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
exactly WoW.
That's true.
weird.
Yeah,
Mhm.
except you have a party, and it's cool because you can like direct your party to do different things on the fly. You can basically like if you get a certain like if you there's like quick time events that come up inside of the combat.
Mhm.
If you get the quick time events correctly, then your companions will give you some directive, and if you follow that directive, it gives your whole companion base, your party, it gives you a morale boost, and then all your damage, cooldowns, everything like is
Interesting.
more efficient if you like do the quick time events correctly throughout
Well, wait, so you're
combat.
saying like give you a directive, so as in like get a headshot.
Yeah. Okay. So they'll be like, let's say I did the quick time event correctly, which is just pressing B before like this bar reaches a certain thing.
Okay.
You press B and someone will be and your companion Elmo will be like, all right, you got to go in for the close hits. So you have to switch to melee weapons right there and go in with your melee. Like you have to go in and like use your skills and shit like that for your
Cool.
knives, you know?
It looks
And-
cool.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
Well, wait, so you're saying like switching weapons, so there's different kind of weapons you could use.
Yeah, you have different classes, different weapons. There's like
Oh.
knives, harpoons.
It's a pretty like
dual
complex
swords.
RPG system.
Dude, it's so fucking daunting and complex. Like everything has like its own menu of like 100 different subsets and this and that. Like you're stuck there reading.
Yeah,
and
that's what I
listening to
meant with
dialogue.
like the UI. Like it's just so overwhelming.
Yeah,
you
man,
know?
it's a lot. They even track how NPCs feel about one another, and you have a web demonstrating how random NPCs that you'll meet once feel about another NPC that you've never met. Like,
Why
it's-
would you care?
It's
Like,
super,
does that
super
matter?
close. Oh, no, it doesn't matter. I mean, it matters. I don't know, dude. I'm not that far in it yet. I was just
Yeah.
playing with Sean. but-
JRPG, man.
Yeah. man. Like they always do some pretty inventive shit. Like that seems pretty. I don't know, man. Seems interesting.
And no, it's cool. I
All
have-
the reviews are great.
yeah.
Like
Huh.
everyone's blowing up about it. It's supposedly like a fantastic game, and I
I'll-
see why.
I tell you why I think part of the reason is that, or that is because it's the only thing like it on the Wii U. That's why it's getting so many rave reviews. If it was like another in a long line of games similar, it probably would not have gotten as good reviews.
Yeah, sure, but
However, I left off thus far. I don't know how many hours we played. Maybe like 7 at most or 10, which is not a lot apparently,
Yeah.
as some people describe. I left off thinking it's cool. Like I would get it for myself and probably play it every now and then, perhaps.
Really?
Yeah. Why not?
honestly, I would absolutely love everything about it if it just didn't look that shitty.
Yeah, it looks awful.
That's
man.
my only complaint. It looks so bad that I just feel the need to like repeat it.
Yeah.
It's just shocking to me that a game that came out in 2015, we're gonna be 2016 in like a week.
Well, I mean, the Wii again, man. Like, I know we've said this before, but like the Wii is not that strong of a console.
But you know what it is, dude? I mean, like,
And like, especially when you're going for a scale that big, like the way that you guys are talking about, you know,
that's true.
Like,
that's
that's
true.
why
the scale factors
It's
into it.
huge, dude.
But dude, I don't know,
Huge.
man.
Yeah.
Soundtrack is weird as fuck. Weird as
Yeah, the soundtrack is very strange, hilariously strange. Like,
whoa, what do you mean? It's like hilarious.
the
Like,
main-
get like K-pop, like,
No,
like
dude,
J-pop or whatever.
Some close, dude.
Really?
the main city is
Oh,
called
man.
New LA. Okay, like it's
What
supposed
the
to be
fuck?
Los Angeles, like New Los Angeles. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Okay.
And when you're New Los Angeles, I can't tell if it's racist or not, man. It's like,
It's a little bit. You get in, dude, and
the music is like, yeah,
to like be like.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's all it is.
That's the whole like song.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really
I'm
weird.
sold.
But then randomly,
no, I take
like,
that back. It's not racist, but it sounds
That's
really
funny.
nice. It's funny.
That's cool.
then randomly, like you're just in a cutscene. Okay, we were in a cutscene, not cutscene, like just NPCs speaking to one another, and they were in a kitchen. Okay, and the conversation wasn't even important in any way. Like it was just a normal conversation, like cutscene kind of thing. And in the background is playing like softcore rock, and like with lyrics.
Okay.
Okay, and random points in the game, you'll just hear songs with lyrics. Like I'm in battle, and all of a sudden, like this crazy rock song will come out with lyrics.
even rap. Like it'll start. Someone will start rapping. It'll be like in the crazy land, but man.
Like I'm like, damn, dude, where's my orchestra? Where's my like thing? You know, like where'd that go,
Weird.
dude?
Yeah, no,
it's really
it's weird, but I actually like it because if it was just like a regular classical score, I mean, I love classical scores.
Yeah.
but it's not. It would kind of be boring.
Maybe,
know,
man, but
'cause
you
it's
know
been
what?
done so much.
Yeah.
In the old Xenoblade game for the Wii, like Xenoblade Chronicles, like the regular one, they had the Gar planes. You guys know that song from Super
Yep.
Smash, right?
Yep.
That's one of my favorite songs to just listen to, dude. And it's orchestral, like, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I kind
Very
of
pretty.
would have liked that for the overall.
Well, we don't know that they're not gonna just like include that shit later in the game.
Yeah,
We
I don't
have
know. I have no
idea.
clue.
So I
dude.
me's the way you guys are talking about this seems like a pretty big game. Like,
It's,
do you
it's
know?
pretty big.
So like
I don't know.
hour-wise, do you guys
I
know?
don't know.
Hmm.
Oh, someone said they
Many.
completed. Someone said they've completed the story in like 85 hours.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, like
That's
a reviewer,
insane.
like someone who reviewed the game and like officially.
that's
I don't know
insane.
who.
It's
but
Final Fantasy, man. It's like the same thing.
it's all a
it
grind.
Takes
It's
forever.
a huge grind.
It takes forever.
It's just constant grinding, like any other JRPG.
Did Nintendo develop this?
No,
Who developed this?
Monolith.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
which is like a Nintendo second
the
party,
second
whatever.
party,
you know,
yeah.
dude, it is all a grind, but these JRPGs, they like bank on the grind being fun. You know,
Mhm.
and you know what? I think the grind it has potential to be fun. It's,
Dude, sometimes you just want to grind. Sometimes that's all you want.
Yeah, sometimes you just need some like mindless
Yeah.
clicking or whatever.
Yeah, man. That's why I played
Yeah.
Final Fantasy: A Realm Reborn for the MMO.
Oh, which one is that? Oh,
yeah,
the
14 Yeah.
yeah.
I played that for like a month or so, and
How was that?
fun.
Are you
It was
still
just
playing
no. It's just a huge grind.
Did you guys ever play Guild Wars?
Yeah,
I
played
didn't.
Guild Wars 1 and 2.
Yeah, that was supposed to be like the main competitor to WoW. Like
Uh,
you don't pay.
You're talking
for
about
it.
Guild Wars 1?
Was it? I don't know either one.
Guild Wars 1 got pretty big, especially with like the PvP side of things. The PvP got a lot bigger than the PvE. It was fun. Like I didn't spend too much time in
Was
it.
it like a worse World of Warcraft?
No, it was different from WoW.
It was different.
Yeah.
A worse World of Warcraft. You just described like almost every MMO
Every
right now on
MMO,
the
yeah.
market, dude.
Dude,
Oh,
that
No,
was-
no, it's different enough. Guild Wars 2 is actually pretty fun.
I haven't played it.
Yeah.
I've heard some pretty bad things about it though. That it
No,
gets
no, no.
stale.
Dude,
Yeah, I think it's. Well, I mean, like
Is that the genre itself? Probably is just kind of like that.
MMOs in general.
Yeah, they get
man. Like
stale after a
MMOs
while.
aren't that big as they used to be, and
How
I don't
about
think
Evil-
they're ever going to be as
Never.
big as
Never.
they used
yeah.
to be. Yeah,
what about EVE Online, gentlemen?
dude,
Fucking
that
fuck
is.
Eve, dude.
I'm subscribed to the Eve subreddit just so I can read stories. I don't play that game, but like the
That
stories
game?
that come out of that is
Are
just,
phenomenal.
Yeah, are just incredible.
That game just seems, honestly, it seems like the greatest game that exists.
Yeah.
in the world.
Well,
It just seems like that. But I
We've
would
talked about Dota many, many times, talking about greatest game ever.
No, but dude, please
Get realismo.
But you guys know what I mean. Like crazy shit happens. Like people
Sure, yeah.
invest actual money. People meet in real life
Yep.
as leaders of factions. Like fly
Someone's
internationally
Uh-huh.
to meet each other.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what
Someone's
the
trying to
fuck?
publish a book about like wars that have
Yeah.
happened, and he's
Yeah,
hated
yeah.
by the community. Apparently, this guy who's doing it.
Really?
Yeah, he's like the
Why?
leader of like the some like He's basically the leader of like a huge, I don't know what they call it in EVE, but like a
corporation.
corporation.
What do
There
they
you go.
call it? Yeah.
Like multi-corporation. Like he's the leader or whatever.
What the fuck, dude? He's a CEO in the game, basically.
Yeah, but he's basically hated by a lot of people because he's like a dick. He like bullies people around this, that. Like you know what I mean? He just has a bad reputation.
I remember reading about that book a few years ago and just being really interested at it.
Oh, they did like a Kickstarter now, I think, for it.
Oh,
or pretty
really?
recently, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
And he's like advertising it everywhere he's trying. you know?
I just want to plug in case people actually don't know what the fuck we're talking about. EVE Online.
Yeah.
EVE Online is a massively online multiplayer game that takes place in outer space. And basically the whole point of the game is like, I think you start off with like a little ship, or like you start
Nothing.
off with nothing or humble beginnings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you try to work your way into this whole economy and culture and politics
Yeah.
of this space world with space fights and like smugglers and people stealing shit from people. And
Yeah, and they're all actual players.
Yeah.
That's kind of the appeal of it.
It's a big sandbox. It's a
Yeah.
giant sandbox that you could do technically like whatever you would like to do in
Yeah.
it within like the game's like systems, right?
Yeah. A few years ago, there was a heist that they stole around 30,000 like currency, which I think translates to like $5,000 worth of stuff.
Oh, dude, there's been crazy shit, like more.
Yeah.
There's been like 200,000 worth of damage or something. Like,
Damn,
yeah, like
dude.
shit like that, bro.
$200,000 fucking dollars?
Yeah, and like in the game, it's like way more. Not 200,000, maybe, but like 20,000 or more. Like a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like just a lot of fucking
That was
money
like
that.
10% of 200,000, bro. Like what
The story
fuck?
that I'm
I'm
talking about,
trying to, you know, sell a story, man.
the story that I'm saying, it was a corporation or whatever they call it. They were moving a lot of resources from one system to another, and they got attacked by smugglers.
All right.
And they stole all their goods, and the smugglers sold it on the black market for like 5 times as much as they're regularly
That's
worth.
so funny.
Holy
like
shit, man.
like that happens all the time.
Dude, if I was just like rich as fuck, like a trust fund baby, like a Dan Bilzerian, or like just a fucking asshole who just sits on his ass and doesn't have to do anything all day, I would play EVE Online. I would honestly play EVE Online.
You need a lot of patience for that, man.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
I've
I would
tried,
have
dude.
nothing.
I've tried several times to get into that game. It's too much,
Dude, 'cause you
man.
have a
It is
life.
too much.
Because you have a life.
Yeah.
That's the issue, that you have a life. You know, if you didn't have a life, you would just absolutely. I would love to play that game. I would
Yeah.
honestly love to play that game, but you know, it's not practical.
I would never love to play that game. I have no.
But what if you get into it?
Dude, it'd be so cool to like join like a space faction and like
Yeah.
betray
That's the
people
thing.
and like try to steal
Yeah.
actual
Galactic
money.
espionage.
No, that's cool in theory, but then when
Yeah.
you realize that like half of the game is just like a giant spreadsheet,
Yep.
like you're just crunching numbers. It's not
Oh,
even
cool.
a game.
Bro, you're talking
it's
to the
not-
wrong person. I play Football Manager. It's
Oh, I
yeah,
am
man,
talking to
that's
the wrong
just
person.
as bad.
it's just a giant spreadsheet simulator.
I imagine EVE Online to be like 10x worse than
Mm.
Football Manager, man.
I don't know about that, dude. Well, I love Football Manager, so I can't say anything. But
Okay, hold on. Jumping a little bit. Football Manager.
Fuck Football Manager.
Why?
I literally see it. As
Okay,
the top
okay, let
plate
me-
of
let me
Steam
give
all the
some
time, and I'm like,
context.
who plays
Yeah, like
this?
the Europeans.
Absolutely,
Let me
like-
tell you who plays
Europeans
this.
and schlubs, dude.
Englishmen.
Yeah.
Englishmen. The fucking country you're about to visit, I mean.
Uh-huh.
Just a little fact, and I know I've said this to you guys, but our listeners haven't heard it. Football Manager, the video game, is banned from many workplaces in London and England. It's straight up banned.
Well, I mean, a lot of video games are banned at workplaces,
no,
man.
specifically.
I think
specifically.
all video games
Do-
are banned.
do
at
you know why?
workplaces.
Yeah.
No, there's a difference though. If you're playing
Well, like,
Counter
I'm
Strike,
not gonna open up fucking WoW at work, dude.
dude, exactly.
Why
Football
not?
Manager looks like a fucking spreadsheet. It looks like you're doing work. That's the issue. That's the part you're missing.
Well, hold on, dude. What
It
do you
looks
mean it
like
looks
you're
like a
just-
spreadsheet? Like, I thought you were looking at your dudes fucking play soccer.
Okay, no, Football Manager. I'm gonna get serious right now because I actually really like Football Manager. It's purely for people who love soccer, who just absolutely love everything about soccer and find it fascinating. The whole world of like the finance involved, the players, tactics, creating your team, buying, selling players, managing personalities, motivations. You know, like it's the whole world of soccer encompassed in a video game. And I mainly play it with my good buddy Vahak, who's also a huge soccer fan. So it's really fun for us to basically, like, what we do is we choose a shitty team in like England or Spain or France. We choose, like, we change it up. We basically choose a shitty team, like the worst place team, like the team that's projected to be 20th or 19th place. And our goal becomes over the next 4 or 5 years in the game, which can pass in like a couple weeks if you play enough. to just make
Get 'em
them
up.
good.
Yeah.
To make the team good, and that's so fun, dude. Can you see the appeal of that?
No, for
Yeah,
sure.
I can.
Like, you take a shitty ass team, you overachieve, and then suddenly, like, the game is smart, dude. The game like, if you rise up the ranks, players from across the world start recognizing that your team is improving, and thus become more interested in joining you.
Okay.
And it's just very cool.
Wait, so like exactly how does it work? Does it take stats from real time, like
no,
real world?
what happens is
people?
you press space to continue and move through the days. You move day by day.
Okay.
And you move, like, every day, like, something new happens, like a press conference happens, or like a player wants a new contract, or you're dealing with a transfer for another player, and then match day comes, and then you play a game, and the game is simulated. And while the game is being simulated, you're controlling everything, tactics, like, you shout out instructions to your players, substitutions, everything. So if you're a soccer fan, you already know about Football Manager. But if you're not a soccer fan, know that it's the soccer fan's wet dream.
So like, let's say, do you play with fake soccer players, or are they actual soccer players
they're-
like within the real world?
They're actual soccer players.
So let's say Messi gets a hat trick.
Yeah.
Does the score go up? Like, do they have like
No,
quantifier like
no.
numbers next to the player?
What
Like, how
happens
does that work?
what happens is Football Manager, and this is one of the last things I'll say about it, but it's also the most interesting. Football Manager has the most extensive scouting network in the entire world. So much so that actual teams, have you seen the movie Moneyball? How
Yeah.
they use simulations to like predict, like, I don't know, like, to make decisions within like a
Yep.
sports team. Actual teams in real life use Football Manager because of their scouting system. Okay?
What's a scouting? Like, what does that
What
mean?
happens is they scout players from all across the league. Football Manager has employees that work all around the world and scout players in every league that exists, pretty much, and they assign attributes to the players. So that's how it works. When you click on a player, you determine their value by, like, they have technical abilities, physical abilities, and mental abilities, like decision making or creativity or concentration, composure. Those are the mental ones.
Okay.
Technical is like dribbling, shooting, technique, passing, that kind of stuff. So I just honestly admire it because there is so much work that is done to rate all of these players. Like, it's almost mind-blowing how much work is done. You know? They predict things that happen in real life. Like, they'll say that this 18-year-old kid from fucking Brazil in the second league of Brazil is very talented, and you'll buy him in the game and be like, oh, I'm a genius, I just signed this kid. And then, like, 2 years later, you'll hear that kid is, like, moving to, like, Barcelona or something. You know, I'm not even kidding. Like,
No, that's cool.
This happens
That's
often.
interesting.
Like, they're brilliant. They're brilliant, the makers of that game.
Okay,
They
wait.
predict everything.
So you were just, funnily enough, criticizing Xenoblade Chronicles X
For being overwhelming?
For being overwhelming, having a clunky UI, having like this.
Oh,
ugly,
but that's
like,
very different. It's very different.
That's what I'm saying. So how? Obviously, they're very, very, very different games. I know. I understand that. You know, like that. That's without a doubt. But how does that compare then? Like, how does Football
Dude, let
Manager
me tell you
compare
this.
to something like that? Like, that sounds overwhelming and daunting as fuck, dude.
It's pretty overwhelming. I needed to be broken into it. But I'll just say this much. If you're a fan of the sport, to the degree that I am, and to the degree that my friend Vahak is, and a couple others, or one other we know really, then you'll love it. You'll be willing to learn the game, to play it, because the payoff in that game is unlike most other payoffs that I've experienced in games. Like, to buy a kid, groom him, like, put him in the right situations to succeed, watch him start tallying goals, watching his stats go up, because, you know, their stats go up. Like, if a kid has a good game, like, his decision making will go up 1 point, like,
Right.
over the years.
like a
you
little
know?
RPG aspect.
Yeah, and it's very realistic. Like, older players start losing their physical attributes and their technical attributes, but their mental attributes go up because they're getting wiser
Getting
and
more
older.
experience there.
Yeah. So you understand, like, the payoff in this game is unlike most other games that I've ever played. Just having a vision, realizing that vision, and then seeing it being simulated that's just interesting. to
Yeah,
me.
I see the appeal of this game for sure.
That's what it comes
Yeah,
down
it's
to.
not for everyone at all.
Not
I
at
see
all.
the
But
appeal,
like that
dude.
is very cool.
I can appreciate it. I will never play it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine, bro. That's fine. It'll do just fine without you playing
I know
it.
it will, dude. It's the
Yeah,
top.
dude.
it's
Like,
been
does
the
it
top
have a
seller
big
of
following?
Yeah.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
a lot of people play
Are
it?
you kidding?
Huge.
I have no idea.
Huge.
Dude, it's been the top played on Steam for like years.
Yeah,
Always
fuck.
you'll see like Skyrim,
Over CS?
Fallout.
It's all Europe.
CS, Dota, Football Manager. Like like on the top 5 always.
It's all
I've never
Europe.
seen it dip.
That's insane. Yeah, dude, right?
It's all Europe.
all Europe.
All of Europe. Like France plays it, England plays it,
Yeah, no.
Portugal, Spain, everyone plays it. Dude, I actually even saw like a comment from an actual soccer player like last week who plays for a team in England who said, "I played Football Manager to scout my teammates before I joined the team."
Cool.
That's crazy, man.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Dude.
Anyway, I didn't mean to rant about Football Manager. But
No,
it's like,
that was
no,
very
it's
interesting to listen to.
I-
That's like definitely like it's a world that I have no idea about. So it's
Yeah.
cool to hear.
Yeah, man. I'm glad. No, I love games like that. I love games that can just like capture who you are, what you love, and everything. Like that to me, like is it. But see, the thing is, as far as I would say, like yeah, that's like a true game, like what gaming's meant to be about, like for individual people and players. I haven't seen Football Manager. Let's say, like I've never seen it like just played in front of me, but it looks like a lot of crunching. It looks like, you know, Windows, you know, like where you just like drop down menus and all this
Yeah,
stuff. Like,
no, you
it
have-
doesn't look like a game. It doesn't look like a Rocket League, or it doesn't look like a Mario.
Yeah.
It's like,
Because it's not. And let me tell you, it can get really stressful. It can get
no, I
really
bet.
stressful.
dude,
Yeah.
Eve gets stressful too for a lot of people. Like they treat it as like their second job, you know, like
The highs are high, and the lows are low. That's just, it's one of those games.
Dodo.
Like Dota, man. Fucking Dota.
Fuck Dota.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck Dota.
Well, on that bombshell, let's go ahead and take a little break, and we'll be right back.
All right.
Alrighty.
All right, everyone, we're back. Okay, boys, how's it going?
It's going pretty well, man. And I don't know, Maher's like had this bag of treats since the beginning.
I know.
And
I've been
it's
looking
made me
at that.
very apprehensive because he won't tell me what's in it. He won't tell me like what's going down. He won't tell me what I'm about to like, you know, indulge or witness or anything.
All right, just chill out, man. It's just a bag of cookies. All right, that's all it is.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
It's most likely a kind of cookie you've never had before. It's most likely a kind of cookie you're not going to be able to describe to our listeners.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm about to hand it to you. So just
How would you
pause a
describe
moment.
it?
Weird, just weird. That's
Who
how I
made
describe
it? What's the store like?
Papaya, some nice Armenian woman on Pacific Boulevard in Glendale near my house at a
Okay.
bakery called Papaya produces these. Okay, they're about
Okay.
10 cents each.
Do they go good with the gin that Amin made me?
Probably
Because
not.
No?
It probably goes very, very badly.
This
with
gin
that.
is really like fucking with me, dude. By the way.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
wh-
being like absolutely sincere. Like
What do you mean it's fucking with you?
this gin is like I mean I haven't had hard alcohol in like a very long time.
Okay.
And like this gin is like straight up going to my head. like I don't know where like what's
As
going
good
on.
gin
really.
does, man.
Yeah.
Well, we're having some gin and tonics, by the way, which is my drink of choice.
All right, so do you guys want to taste this shit?
Yes. I want to taste.
Here we go.
Oh, I've had this before. I don't know what it is.
What is
but
that?
yeah, it's
Give me
weird.
some of that.
It's like
Ooh.
imagine Rice Krispie, but being super flat and more golden sounding more golden looking.
Okay, well, I guess
They're like sesame cookies, right? It's like a whole bunch of sesame with honey.
It's just a flat, just a bunch of sesame seeds combined by some kind of weird adhesive. I don't know what it is. It's like honey. It's sugar. I don't know what.
Adhesive.
It looks good. Take a little bite.
That's incredible.
It's very weird.
Oh my god.
You're right that it's weird. I'm not going to be able to describe it. The only thing that comes to mind immediately is that it's too sweet. It's absolutely too sweet to.
Wait for the aftertaste. It has like a strange, like offsetting aftertaste.
Dude, this is so good.
You like it, man?
Yeah. I like it a lot.
Is it going well with your gin?
No.
Sure is.
No. No, not at all.
Well, then stop eating it, dude.
No, I'm gonna-
no one's forcing you, John.
Oh, no. I'm eating all of it because I like it.
What a fantastic treat.
Do you guys want one more? I'll hand it out.
No.
No, only me. Okay. All right, guys.
Or all you, man.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Like I said, it's just way too sweet for me. It wasn't like what I was expecting at all. But I know I've had that before. I don't know where, but I've had it. Yeah.
So everybody, something you may not know, our own Emin Basavand,
Yes.
the host of our show, has been diddling around in Mario Maker
Oh yeah.
quite
diddle is
seriously
the right word.
recently.
Mhm.
Yeah. He's been diddling the twat of Mario Maker.
You guys have
And-
played my levels. What do you guys think?
Dude, you're a sadist. Like in
Well, okay. No. Some of the levels, sure.
yeah, that's true. I feel like in a lot of games, I would consider you a very like casual imbiber of the games. I would consider you so far as like an enthusiast of the games, but you never really like have a masochism about you, like you want to be punished.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't like to be punished by games, and yet
Yeah.
you make levels in Mario Maker that punish other people.
It is so enjoyable
So I
to
mean,
see people
oh
struggle with that
God,
shit, dude. You have
I mean,
no idea.
I have to
Yes.
ask you, as the only person in this room who's kind of spent all this time making levels in Mario.
Mhm.
I mean, the whole point of Mario Maker was to let the average person be somebody who's capable of making a really cool Mario map.
Yeah.
That's basically the concept of the game. You're living out the concept of the game. You're really the only one of us three who's doing that.
Yeah.
So what do you have to say about the mechanics or how they've laid it out for people?
Dude, it makes a lot of sense. If you know about Mario, if you've played Mario before, then you will know how to use the tools that they give you. And it's just very easily accessible. Like, I'm just going to ask you guys, in the Mario universe, how does something get big?
with a mushroom.
With a mushroom. So
Yeah.
if you want to make anything big, you just drag a mushroom on it. And it's suddenly you have a big Goomba or a big Bowser.
So
Oh,
it's very
it's like
in
that
the,
kind of
in the
logic
making
inside the maker.
itself,
Yeah.
like in the tool set itself, like if you want, you just drag the mushroom to
Mhm.
like, I don't know, a Koopa, and he becomes a giant Koopa.
Exactly.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
like it
I
takes
didn't
like
know
the
that.
Mario logic and puts it into the maker.
Well,
And
I was actually watching a quick video about like kind of just like background stuff about Mario Maker, and they were saying that it began as a project to make like future Mario games, like all of Mario Maker.
it was an actual tool that they
Yeah.
were trying to get, like
Mhm.
their developers to make Mario levels in.
I don't know if
and
they'll
then they
use
realized-
exactly that, but
Yeah, it's like they
Close,
changed it
probably.
up for sure. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we've touched upon Mario Maker a bit in our past episodes, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe here. Or
I mean,
there.
I just remember talking about it, saying that it's
Hmm.
accessible through all ages.
either that,
Yeah.
dude, or the podcast is just blurring into your real life.
Either
memory.
that. That might be true.
Yeah,
but
man.
we just wanted to bring it up because Emin's been spending a lot of time doing it, and I actually think it's become one of the must-haves for the Nintendo Wii U.
Absolutely, man. I honestly think if this was a launch title, the Wii U's life would be very different from what it is right now.
Really,
How do you mean?
that's a pretty intense assertion, man.
Because if this was a launch title, if this came with the Wii U, this is a must-have. And imagine having something like that with the Wii U. When the Wii U launched, it didn't really have anything big.
yeah, it didn't. Let's say it was bundled with the Wii U at launch. Do you feel like they would have sold like just
Significantly more.
Just straight up estimate for me, dude, because I'm I'm just dumb.
I
Do you
didn't
think
get
they
the
would have
Wii
sold
U.
like double or 1.5 times more, or like how do you feel?
I didn't get the Wii U until Mario Kart 8 came out.
Me neither. Yeah,
That's
you
when
got
I
the
bought
bundle,
it.
right?
Yeah, I
Me
got
too.
the bundle with
Yeah.
Mario Kart 8.
Mm-hmm. With the dumb steering wheel, that awful steering wheel.
That was
Yeah.
the launch title, Mario Kart.
No, right?
No?
No,
that came out like
what?
2 years
No.
after, like 1 or 2 years after
What was the launch
Wii U
title?
came out. What, like what is it?
Super
Mario U?
Bro-
Super Mario
Bros
U?
yeah, something
Yeah.
dumb.
It was a side-scrolling Mario game.
That was a forgettable game?
Not forgettable,
I never
but I
played
mean
it,
it's
actually.
one in the long line of Mario games, dude. Like I mean, if that's your launch title and it's not even a 3-dimensional one, like you're kind of like shooting yourself in the foot. Like you want like a Mario Galaxy, you want like a Mario Sunshine, you want a Mario 64. You don't want a fucking like a side scroller.
Yeah.
I think in a launch title
Even
at all.
if that Super Mario, what do they call it? Super Mario World? Was that what it was
3D
called?
Land.
3D Land, the one with the
3D
cat.
World,
Super Mario
whatever.
3D World.
Yeah, when
That
you,
was
when you
fun,
could play as a
dude.
cat. Yeah, like if that was a launch title, like I
That
think
would've-
that would have
yeah.
like significantly
Agreed.
changed.
Agreed. It was a very
Yeah.
good game.
My
Yeah.
uncle actually just approached me today and asked me what game he should buy for my 11-year-old cousin, my cousin Talin. And she
Perfect game.
She recently got into Mario by playing with myself and my brother in our back room, and
Cool.
it was a cool experience introducing our little cousin to Mario like that. It kind of made me realize what makes it so like great in the first place.
Yeah.
So he asked me today what games about what games he should buy for his daughter for Christmas, and the list I gave for someone her age was Super Mario 3D World.
Yep.
That was the first game I gave
Good.
because I really think that's probably the most accessible to
That's the best
younger
game,
audience.
man.
I also, even though it's overwhelming, I also said Super Mario Maker because my cousins. It's a
You-
little
you
difficult.
Could, you could just play the levels.
Yeah,
too,
exactly.
You know?
But also, my cousin's a smart little cookie. So I mean, if she spends enough time like messing around in the stage making phase, then
Yeah,
who
she
knows?
can make
She
stuff,
might,
yeah.
she might be able to do some stuff. Anyway, the point is, it's just like it's very creative.
Yeah.
And I was about to ask you guys, do you think I made a mistake? The last game I gave was Mario Kart.
Yes.
No, I don't think that's a mistake. Dude, Mario Kart's fun.
No,
think
it's great, but I mean, I
Like
don't know.
once you
if-
play online, like then it gets tough when you're matched up with.
It's a hard game.
Honestly, to me, Mario Kart. This current one is either a game that you play with friends or you play online.
Yeah.
Because why would you bother really with the single player, dude? That was more back in the day when there wasn't as much technology as there was now.
I mean, if you're
you know?
a kid, like that'll be fine.
Exactly. That's what I'm wondering.
maybe.
I'm wondering the game is hard. You know, I mean,
I mean,
it's
I
pretty
played
hard.
I
Drifting
played
is kind of hard. But do you think she'd be able to do it? As someone who she just never actually plays video games like that ever.
She'll learn.
If she
will.
It's basically the idea is if she wants to learn, she'll learn. But the thing is, for me, Mario Kart is not always the game that everyone wants to learn.
Yeah.
That's why I wouldn't recommend it to someone 11. Like I played Mario Kart 64 when I was a kid too. That's fine because there weren't that many options when.
Yeah.
But now there are so many options. I'll go ahead and say I don't think it was the right choice to things. in
Anyway,
Mario
I
Kart.
told him I listed it in order of what I think is the best. Number 1 was Super Mario 3D World.
Great,
Yeah.
Number 2 was Mario Maker.
cool.
Yep.
Number 3 was Mario Kart.
All right, man.
Instead of Mario Kart, if I have to make a suggestion, Dota 2. Got to start them young.
Oh yeah, huh?
You know what? I would suggest is a good game for the Wii U is like when you're like very young. Oddly enough, Splatoon. I think
man.
Splatoon is like
Yeah.
the perfect game for
Yeah,
like young
I'm
kids.
an absolute fool.
You're a kid
Splatoon
now.
was great,
You're
yeah.
a squid now.
Not Splatoon,
Whatever.
man. Yoshi's Woolly World.
Oh, that would be
Oh.
great.
I'm an absolute fool for not
But
mentioning
you know
that.
what,
That's
dude?
perfect for a child.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it's so like like nice and cozy and fun and cute and yarny.
Dude, that game, I haven't really played that game. I've only seen you guys playing it at your place, Maher. That game is beautiful.
It's great.
That game
It's
is so
beautiful.
pretty.
It's fun. I love it. I love Yoshi's Woolly World. It's just another platformer, but it has its own like yarn gimmick and like the aesthetic's really nice and you can choose different Yoshis.
Like,
Like
how is the game itself? Like, how does it play? Like, is it all right?
it's just like Yoshi's Story. You remember Yoshi's Story?
Yeah.
See, my
It's
criticism
like
was
that.
the
It's like
second I-
almost exactly like that. Really.
The second I saw John and my brother playing that game, the first thought that came to my head was, "Wow, this is kind of like a generic
yeah,
platformer."
it kind of is in its own way.
Which
yeah.
it kind of is, but
Yeah.
it grew on me. Watching it more and more, it grew on me. The aesthetic is just beautiful. It's like 3D World. Like it looks
Yeah.
just
Dude,
shiny.
genuinely,
and
it's a
nice.
fun game. Like, yes, it's generic, or it can be considered generic.
But the
Yes,
thing
it-
is,
yeah,
Nintendo generic is good.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Do they do clever stuff with the entire yarn thing?
Yeah, they do pretty clever stuff, I feel like. But once you learn the game, you'll like learn to look out for the secrets and stuff like that. Then it's not, the wonder in the beginning becomes just like a rudimentary, like,
Yeah.
okay, like let's check here, let's check here, let's check here. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they do clever stuff, but it's introduced maybe once per land. And
Because
you're
I
just
keep thinking back to 3D World, Super Mario 3D World, and every other level is just like some brand new thing that they're teaching you something
it felt
different.
like it, yeah.
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 Like, do you guys
They-
remember the shadow levels?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I know.
What
They-
about them?
No, I
was
mean,
just
it
like
was just like a
you-
very clever thing. Like, there's
Yeah.
like a bright light, and you don't see Mario, you see his shadow,
Oh yeah.
and you're like going through like the entire level like that. Very,
like
it's
that.
like very well done.
There's stuff like that in the Yoshi's Woolly World where like you'll go inside like a small zone within a level, and in that zone you'll have to be like a fighter plane like shooting yarn balls, or you'll have to like swim across this thing. Like there's like every like so often in levels you'll have like an interesting mechanic as a subset of that level, but you never really approach it again after. It's just there to be there. It's kind of like its own dude, it really is just like a generic rudimentary thing, but it has a lot of charm. It has a lot of charm that makes it accessible and makes it enjoyable to play. Really.
Hey, since we're all over the place, in stark contrast to Yoshi's Woolly World, I played Just Cause 3 today. For
What the
about,
Oh,
fuck?
did
Really?
you?
for about like 20 minutes.
On your PS4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That game looks nuts, dude.
PC version I heard sucks. Like PC
Oh,
version I
no
heard
shit.
the port is awful and like there's lots of bugs. This that I don't know.
I don't know, man. I played
Yeah.
for 20 minutes, and a 20-minute reflection means absolutely nothing at all, and I'm a fucking idiot for just bringing it up in the first place. But it
After
seemed,
Yoshi's Woolly World.
but it seemed like just mindless, absolute mindless fun. It did seem that way.
Yeah.
Like, and
That's
I
sort of how Just Cause 2 was.
and I have to give credit to them. They're pretty unique. And I don't know if they're being unique for the sake of being unique. Like with their shooting style, there's no zooming. Like you just straight up shoot. There's a crosshair and you shoot. There's no sprinting. You're just constantly like grappling everything. So like it's unique. But it just, I don't know, man. My 20-minute reflection is that it's just, it looked dumb as fuck,
The
but
whole
great.
point-
Like
yeah,
fun,
dude.
fun. Like
The whole point is a sandbox that you could blow everything up.
Yeah,
Like,
you'd
that's the fun of it.
You'd waste
on
hours
planes,
doing cool
like
shit.
do this, that, like air dive from like God knows where. You know, like it's
Yeah, you grapple onto something, you shoot up the parachute,
Yeah.
you fly around a little bit,
Dude, and
you
we're,
grapple
we're,
into
we're in a
something else.
generation of video games where even if the game isn't that great itself, the world was just fucking beautiful, dude. It was beautiful. It was like an Italian, like, shore, like city. It was beautiful. I was just floating around in my parachute looking at stuff, and it was nice. I enjoyed it for the short bit.
for
that I
the
played.
20 minutes.
Yeah, that was my 20 minutes.
Are you opened up to the whole world in like 20 minutes?
Nah, man, I didn't do shit.
Oh.
I went around, saw nice scenery, walked in, went to a base, tried to blow things up. Was absolutely garbage. Like just started shooting people for no reason. And
Good,
I
good,
just
dude.
ended up.
No, like I've
You know.
heard, like after you start unlocking stuff, the game gets a lot more interesting. So keep at it.
All right, yeah. Well, leaving the country.
You
in like
can't.
4
Yeah,
days.
you
Yeah.
can't keep at it.
Can't do that.
It's all right, man. You'll keep at it when it's Just Cause 4. You'll get back.
Dude, I
and-
want to be limited to PC games. I mean, I'm gonna go to our.
not
That is
the,
not a bad thing at all.
not the worst fate.
No.
You know what you can do? You can get Rocket League on your PC and play it there. And
Yeah,
you
man.
should probably do that
On
to
my
be
Mac.
honest. Yeah, why not? Well, I don't know
Why
if it's for Mac.
Dude,
I don't know.
honestly,
It is for Mac.
guys.
Oh, it is.
Mhm.
This may
Okay.
seem like my nose is up in the air, but honestly, after playing Rocket League on like a nice, like good, nice TV, nicely sized TV, and like a PS4, and just the controller
Mm-hmm.
on a big TV right in front of you with zero lag and everything, I don't think I can play the game on a PC with like I can't.
Okay, dude,
I
I'm
don't
going to
think I can.
suggest that you try, but play with a controller.
You see, the thing is, I would have to buy the game,
Oh,
It's
And
like it's straight up $14 right now.
and I got it
on
for
Steam.
free. I got it for free, man, as a PlayStation user.
talking
Dude, I
about
was
Rocket
playing-
League. Talking about Rocket League, we were playing some Rocket League at your house, Mahed, a little
Yeah,
bit ago.
I was
You're fucking
playing-
good.
Yeah,
You're
By
really
the
good.
way,
I'm
Dude,
pretty good.
Yeah.
Dude, but you know what's so fun and interesting, dude? I was playing it, I think, even yesterday or the day before, dude. All these days are blurring into one. But I was playing it very recently, and, like, I suck. Like, I'm awful. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. I'm horrible with timing. Like, controls aren't really, like, intuitive, whatever, fine. But I was still pulling off randomly clutch shit every now and then. Like, it was cool, dude.
That's what happens,
Like,
man.
it's just very cool. And you saw a very distinct improvement from game to game. Like, you saw it, or I saw it for myself, rather. Like, it was just, shit, man. Like, I really like that game.
Yeah,
I really like it a lot. But see, the thing is,
We've
the funny
stroked
thing-
that game quite a bit.
We've stroked
Yeah.
it, dude. We've stroked it long
but I
and
can
hard.
keep stroking, man. I
The thing
honestly-
is, it's $14 right now on Steam, Rocket League, but I don't know if I want to even get it.
I can't recommend it enough.
I'm kind of with you, dude. Like, I like being laid back on like a couch or a seat and just like playing and all.
it's
this.
really the optimal way to play that. It truly is.
Because if it was on my Steam, dude, it's just another game with like Dota and like this other shit that I have installed, like Civ and all this stuff. Like, it feels like another chore that I have to complete. You know, like it's on my Steam
No,
list. Like I gotta
dude.
play it. You know,
Do you have a
Like,
controller? Do you have like an
yeah,
Xbox
I have
controller?
an Xbox. Yeah, Xbox
Dude,
controller.
get the fucking game.
hey, since we're on controllers, I just want to plug this.
How are we on controllers, bro? Can you please get
you
wrecked?
just brought up controllers, therefore
dude.
we are on controllers.
Okay, go on.
Dude, the PS4 controller is so nice. Like, it just hit me after months of
I like
playing it.
Xbox way more.
The PS4
I
controller?
agree. I agree with John.
Xbox is
It's
100% better.
It's so smooth, man. Like, the
I don't
triggers-
like. Yeah, dude.
You don't
The
like
thing
the
about the
triggers are
PS4
shit.
controller.
Oh,
The
no,
triggers
okay.
are awful. I don't like
I
the
don't have
triggers
anything
at
to say
They're
about the
fucking
triggers.
nuts, dude.
all. I don't like them
It's
at
the
all
analog
compared-
sticks that I don't like.
Uh,
I like that the Xbox's analog sticks are a
they're
bit
kind of
staggered.
split apart.
Yeah,
and
like it's
Yeah.
not exactly side by side. And again, dude, that problem that you keep on having, Mahed, that you keep hitting the PlayStation button
That's
when you
true.
try to turn right.
That's true.
Yeah, dude, that shit does not happen on the Xbox controller.
All right. Well, I just said that I like the controller, and you gave a very good argument as to why it's shit. So
No, I'm not saying it's shit. I am
concede it.
not saying it's shit. I'm just saying
I'm
prefer
saying
Xbox.
I'm not saying the controller shit, but I hate the triggers. I hate the triggers on the PlayStation controller.
No, dude, it has like
Compared
two
to
different.
Yeah, no. Compared to the Xbox, I don't like it. I don't like the way that it's like the controllers can act like it has like some kind of I don't know if you noticed on the PlayStation, like if you click it down far enough, the thing like
It has
it's
like two or
actual
three different
click.
levels, I think.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Even though some people
I
would say
actually
it's more
do like that.
nuanced
Yeah,
and-
no,
I don't
just
like it.
because like you can see how far you've clicked.
Yeah, I don't like that because most games don't really take advantage of how far you click on a trigger. It doesn't matter at all. What matters is how far you go on a joystick. Yes.
Sure.
Nothing else matters really, in my opinion. But I mean, I love the shape of the Xbox controller. Like I play Dark Souls with it. Absolutely perfect. But a lot of people swear by PlayStation's controller. And for good reason, I'm sure. But
You know, that's the
not me.
main thing for me, and that's the last thing I'll say. You already shat talk, but the triggers, they just, they changed it back. I remember the old PS controller, like when you click the trigger, you felt like a click at the end of it, like you push it and then it felt like there was like an end point, like it would go click, This new one doesn't do that. And I think
This new one does that prematurely.
I think that's a big deal. No, it doesn't. It just
Yeah.
it's very smooth. It's like you're accelerating a car. It's like you just push it and it comes right back out. It's like springs back.
No, there's a straight up resistance. Am I
Bro,
out of my mind?
I have the PS4, right?
I mean, I know you have a PS4.
I honestly remember what John is saying.
Yeah, there's a
That there is
there's
like
a
a click.
there's like a
Yeah.
like halfway through the trigger, there's a click on halfway point on that last trigger on the L2 and R2. I'm swear to God, I'm not imagining that.
I don't know what you're smoking, bro. Maybe I don't know. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I'm not saying it's bad, bro. I'm saying it exists. I'm saying that there's a click.
I refuse to acknowledge that exists, dude.
Oh yeah, dude.
Until
Okay, man.
until you click it in front of me and record
That's true, man. That's true. All right, fair enough, bro. We don't have a PS4 controller handy, but
No.
next time we do, before you go to Armenia, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna demonstrate to you that I'm right.
it. All right. Well, John, didn't you have some idea for a little audience interaction with our podcast?
I did actually. So what I wanted to do was basically open up the floor to our audience, our listeners. I want to run a contest, basically.
Yeah.
And I think you guys are cool with that,
A
right?
contest?
Yeah, a little contest,
Yeah.
Reno. Yeah. Okay. So basically, I want our listeners to listen to this podcast, who are listening to this podcast, to comment on our page on the nextlevel.com, the page that this podcast is on, and I want them to comment and give us the funniest porn star name they can, or like for one of us, any one of us, doesn't matter, or all of us,
Or all of us, yeah,
Who
why not?
cares? Yeah, the funniest porn star name that you possibly can, and if it's the funniest as we judge it, I'm gonna gift you a free Steam game. You're gonna give me your Steam info, and I'm gonna give you a free Steam game.
For us would be nice, but I'm also cool with it just being the funniest porn star name they can come up
Yeah,
with.
I suppose.
It doesn't matter to me. I mean,
If it's the funniest porn star name that they could come up with, we could
I
probably
think it should have some
apply it.
context. Like to
Yeah.
us. No. It should be something fitting for one of us.
okay,
Like
fair enough.
Maherapo, like what is his porn star name? Or John Danho or
What
Evan
was that stupid ass rule? You take your first pet's name and then
Oh yeah, you take your first pet's name and the street that you grew up on,
Okay.
and you have your porn star name. I think that's how it goes. So mine, oddly enough, even though I'm a male, would be Mimi Boynton. That would be my porn star or
Not
stripper
bad.
name or whatever.
Charlie Arden.
Charlie Arden.
I
that
still
sounds
think that's
so
a good
gross.
one. I still think that's a great one.
That's a
dude.
That
greasy
sounds
one,
so
dude.
gross.
That's greasy.
I'm Toto Kenmore.
Toto
Kenmore.
Kenmore.
These are all pretty good. These are all pretty
they're
good.
very good. So you have to basically, our listeners have to top that. You have to top those names. So that's basically. And if you are able to, and you make us laugh, and you're the funniest one, I will add you on Steam. I will contact you somehow and add you on Steam. And
get a free
you can
game
send
out of
us an email even if you want, and just to give me your info, and I will basically gift you a free Steam game. We can talk about it. I don't know. Like it can be my choice, your choice. Sure, we'll talk about it, but it'll be a gift to you
Dota
for
2.
Christmas. No, Dota 2 is
2.
free, dog.
Exactly.
I don't need to gift anything. Unless you
no
wanna,
overhead, dude. It's fine.
Then again, if you're a Dota 2 fan and player and you make the funniest one, I'll get you like a cool item in Dota 2 if you want.
You'll have an
Cosmetics are included in this
Yeah.
contest. Yeah, man. Yeah, no, I think that it'll, why not? Give in the giving spirit, in the gift giving spirit
Yeah.
of Christmas.
So yeah, have you guys been playing any other games?
Just
Anything cool.
that Rocket League I played for a while, or a little bit rather. I've been stuck on Dark Souls, man. I haven't played Dark Souls since a while.
Are you still playing Dark Souls? Or
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
Oh.
I'm waiting for the third one really, because while I do like Dark Souls and I love Bloodborne, I want to kind of play the game when it's new to be with the online community, like everybody like PvPing at the same time, everybody discovering new secrets that no one really knows about, shit like that. Like I want to be a part of that for the first time in like that franchise's like history, so to speak. So
I played a new board game recently.
Okay.
Oh, what was that?
What'd you play?
Terra Mystica.
Oh, dude,
Ooh.
my jury's still out on that. I don't know if I liked it. I
Really?
honestly don't know if I liked it, but I didn't dislike it. I'm just straight up on the fence. Like I don't know.
Well, I haven't played it. So what is this game?
I'll tell you what it's like. Just like most other games, whoever has the most victory points wins. But the whole concept of the game is pretty much like Civilization, only a board game.
Okay.
Like you choose a race, you have benefits, you're trying to be economical. I'm not really hyping it up too much. It sounds like a standard ass board game by the way I'm describing it, but it's
Yeah,
one
like,
of the
what makes it different though?
Each civilization has a power they can use. So the whole point of the game is to terraform. That's what's interesting about it. It just hit me. Basically, it's a map full of little hexagons, and you are designated a certain color or like a land type. And the challenge of the game is to terraform and build like an empire. And each civilization has their own like bonuses, their own like special things. And you work to the strengths of your civilization and you try to take over the map, basically. Like terraform more than other people. So it was just unique. Like I hadn't played a game like that.
People? Or not really?
That's one of my main criticisms of it. I wish there was a more direct PvP route to victory or something. There really isn't anything like that.
It seems like just the way he's talking, like you're kind of playing a single player game with a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah,
involved.
it's kind of that. It's kind of like that, not quite, but like like for instance, like I was dwarves, and our whole thing is like engineering and tunneling. Like that's the power, right? So you could like terraform in places that are like a couple spaces away from you, whereas usually you would need to terraform in the hexagons adjacent.
You know what it is, dude? The interaction is like fucking someone over by terraforming something.
Exactly what
That's what it is.
Mahed did. I was on an island that I wanted for myself because I'm dwarves. I just want land. I have no shipping capabilities. There's like rivers in the middle of the board. I don't want to deal with that. But he just made a civilization, like a small area, smack dab in the middle of the island that I wanted. And he was claiming it more than I was. And so I was like, all
You're
right,
such
dog,
a little dick, dude.
Do you want to know why I did that? Because the civilization I chose, their bonus is that if an enemy settles close to you,
You get bonuses out of it.
or like if I settle close to an enemy, then some bonus happens to me. So like
So
that's the
can
only
you-
reason why I did that.
Can you terraform the land that John has, for example?
No, you can't.
Okay.
well, I
You
don't
know
know.
what?
Are
I
there
thi-
like maybe specific cards? I have no
I
clue.
think that's
forgot.
where we fucked up. To be honest, we were a little too far away from each other.
That's what Thing kept saying, right? Who brought it? Valhak?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
Valhak
so.
kept saying that we were too far apart, but I mean, I don't think so.
The thing is, dude, if we were closer together, then we just would have naturally just interacted way more, and just like the tempers would have been flaring.
But it's not
and-
like the board is different every time. The board is the same.
Well, so you guys just got unlucky with the spawns? Is that what it is? Or?
No, we just kinda chose
It's like
spots.
Catan.
Oh.
You choose where you want to be, and we just chose far apart. But I mean, the board doesn't change, so why wouldn't you always choose the way that we did? It makes no sense
Well,
to say like,
okay,
oh,
okay.
you guys should have chosen
So how many
closer.
people were playing in? So it was
4?
like 4 people, 5
Yeah.
people?
Yeah.
And how
4
many people is the game made for?
I think it's up to 5 or maybe even 6. I don't know, something like
Interesting.
that.
Yeah, some just like some 4 to 6. But like, yeah, dude, I don't know. I'm still jury's out for it. I would probably play it again and just to see how I do. Maybe try a different race or try a different strat or something. But like, yeah, I didn't like the way the game went for me because I just felt like a step behind everyone else and just couldn't really do much with the information provided. Like, and it was the first time, all that stuff. But it was cool. Like, it's a cool concept, I suppose.
I just love board games, man. I'm open to trying new board games all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a question for you guys, actually, jumping a little bit. So we're getting close to the end of the year. So how about we have a very informal game of the year talk?
You already know my game of the year, dude.
I want to hear it.
The Witcher.
The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Witcher 3.
Undoubtedly, there is no better game out this year. None. Any argument for the fact is just moot to my ears because there's nothing as
All right,
expansive.
so like what sold you on Witcher 3?
What
Like,
sold me, dude?
What do you like about it?
Basically, I understand when a lot so going from The Witcher 2 to The Witcher 3, there was a lot of discussion about why even make it open world. The game didn't really benefit from the open world and stuff like that. They should have made it more hub based or more linear and stuff like that.
Wasn't Witcher 2 open world?
No,
It's
wasn't.
been
No.
Like I haven't really played that game.
It was like almost the opposite of open world. Yeah, it was not open world at all. It was very much like hub based, but small hubs and just kind of odd. Like it was its own beast, really.
Okay.
But so one of the biggest criticisms against The Witcher 3 is why even go open world. And I asked myself that question for at least the first 20 hours of the game. I didn't like that game that much until I got to this place in the game called Crookback Bog, where I'm just in this dark, decrepit bog that like you see these thin trees and thin like marsh stalks and all this stuff and like sludge and like dirty water and all this. And like these monsters like come out and there's just like this haunting music in the background. And the graphics of the game are absolutely beautiful, right? And that's when I realized why this game had to be the way that it was, is because CD Projekt Red was selling you on moments. It was selling you on absolute moments throughout the game. And you would think that's kind of a bad way to design a game because how many moments can you possibly have? This game was just at a certain point, it picks up the narrative, the way that you're playing, your skills, when you understand the combat, everything just starts to pick up and click, and it becomes this cohesive whole in and of itself. And I feel like it was a very realized game. That's why I put it as my game of the year, because above everything else, like a Metal Gear Solid, I've never played it, but I know it's unfinished. And I know a lot of the gameplay itself, while great and pristine and everything, is repetitive. You don't really do too many different things, especially in chapter 2, 3, as far as I've heard. Like you play something like Bloodborne, which is like its own niche, and you have like these clunky mechanics if you're not used to them, and like the art style is not really like on par with what everyone wants. Like you have a lot of these games that came out this year that were great in their own ways, absolutely even better than The Witcher 3 in a lot of ways. But The Witcher 3 was the most cohesive package of everything that I wanted out of a game.
I regret
that's why I give it my game of the year.
I regret not playing
the,
it more.
It's the best game of the year, like best game that I played this year, without a doubt. Without an absolute doubt.
Not to mention, Gwent is fucking
Gwent
excellent.
is fucking fun as fuck,
what
dude.
was the deal with that?
Dude, that game is incredible, by the way. It's a card game within the game. It's so good.
Yeah, no, it's really fun.
I heard it had potential to like be a real life game.
No,
It should be.
I don't think it can.
No, dude, it
The-
absolutely can.
The only reason it
What was the
succeeds-
game? Hold on.
Better
so,
than
so we
Hearthstone.
don't confuse everybody.
Gwent is a card game in The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I can't describe it. It's basically you trying to win in 3 rounds. Every round you get to put shit on your side of the board. That's like your army, and your army has to be better than the opponent's army every time. It's very simple, and you have 3 rows: melee, ranged, and siege. And so you basically have to put the cards down, etc. And the reason I don't think it can work as a real life game is because the grace of that game as it existed, the grace of Gwent as it existed in The Witcher 3, was because you were still lacking cards. You were still collecting cards and lacking cards. So if in real life I had all the cards, I would just simply make the best possible deck.
I see.
And you cannot win. Or it would be a stalemate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or it would be up to the luck instead of strategy.
Then make more cards and make it like Magic the Gathering.
I mean, if they
make it
want to
like
do
a
that, I'm down.
large-scale
But
game.
I don't know if they. You know
I just heard it was like just a legitimately good game.
Yeah,
like,
no,
it
it's
yeah,
very
it's very
fun.
fun.
It blows
It's
my
very
mind
fun.
that they were able to come up with something
like that
so
inside
cool.
of a game like that.
That's
sure.
something that you can totally overlook. Like you could
Yeah.
just not play Gwent the whole
Oh yeah,
game.
you don't need to play Gwent at all. But like a lot of side quests, like you get Gwent cards as like rewards, and like it's cool, man. It was very fun. Like there's a whole quest line in The Witcher 3 where you're in a Gwent high stakes tournament, and like there's a twist in the tournament. Like one of the contestants is like a spy, and all. Like it's really cool. Like it's a very fun aspect thing that they added. I don't know. I liked it a lot. I played Gwent with every single. I'm trying to find my daughter in the game or whatever, like trying to do this crazy urgent main quest, and I just stop and I just play Gwent, dude. I just relieve my mind with Gwent.
Yeah, man.
It was cool. Yeah, I liked it a lot. That's my game of the year, dude.
Right
Easy.
on. What about you, Mahed?
Man, it's unfair. I can't really say much because I'm an idiot and I don't really finish games all the time.
Good for you.
I mean, but like, well, what's the game that kind of like caught your interest the most? I guess.
Man,
I already know the answer.
I've
Rocket
been
League,
saying the
right?
same thing for months. It's really it feels stupid to say it when all these great like Fallout came out, The Witcher. You know what, dude? I really feel like if I were able to play The Witcher like more like if I had hours to spend into that game, which I did, but I didn't. I would have chosen that as a game of the year. I really think that. In hindsight, I fucked up. I should have played The Witcher a lot more.
It's okay, man.
I played Fallout.
You can always play it later.
I played Fallout as much as I love Fallout. I can't. I don't feel justified in calling
Crawl
it the game
out
of the year.
through the Fallout, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played Batman. Arkham Knight. Yeah. That was just like a regular Batman. It wasn't like I wouldn't call it the game of the year. So the game that I've had the most fun with is definitely Rocket League.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
I would put it up in my top 5 for this year.
No, for sure.
I would put it like right up there. It's a great game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a pure video game, as we've talked about. Like, just hits the dot.
That's my answer. What about you, Em?
Well, we already talked about it a little bit, but Mario Maker, like hands down, it has to be Mario Maker. It's a
That's
type
too
of game.
funny, man.
It's a type of game that when I first picked it up, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna be playing other people's levels. I'm just gonna do like the 100 Mario challenge or whatever. No,
then you
dude,
were sucked
I
in.
spend so much more time actually making the levels. It's very satisfying, and it makes sense. It's easy to do, and yeah, man, it's just fun watching people struggle with the bullshit that you create. It's great.
And it's super cool when you have like a network of friends who like have like the ability to immediately try the levels that you played like you did.
Yeah.
You know?
Speaking of which, in the near future, we're gonna have a next level.
Oh, we are.
Yeah, of Mario Maker.
So
So
buckle
everybody's got to buckle up for that shit. It's gonna be. I didn't think it was very hard. But
Our very
apparently
own
it is.
level, huh?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Our very own level.
That's something to look
the
forward
next
to.
level.
Yeah, it's the next level, or I guess the next level, I guess.
Whatever it may be, dude. Whatever it may be.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think that's it.
Is that it?
I think that's all for 2015. That's it.
No emails?
This year is done. Oh, we do have an email.
Ooh.
Thank you for reminding me, John.
Of
We have
course.
one email from Video James.
Oh,
Video James is back.
Oh, our loyal Video
Our loyal
James.
Video
Yeah,
James.
man.
It's actually a poem
Is
With
that a question?
with a question tied
Oh,
in.
okay. Okay.
All right.
All right, I like that.
All right, here we go. The
All
roses
right.
are red. Mega Man is blue. Video games tear friendships apart. Could this possibly be true?
Yeah, dude. I've gotten some strained relationships with people over Dota, dude. Like, in the temporary, sure, but, like, that's, like, no
All right,
bueno, not kosher
Since
shit.
you brought up listen, I don't think it tears away friendships. If video games tear away a friendship, then it's probably not a very strong friendship in the first place. If we're getting all deep and real.
Okay, hold on. It depends on the video game.
Dude, Dota 2, like, literally has made me hate people for, like, at least a few evenings.
I was about to say. Dota 2 is the only game I've played that truly made me see like the darkest side of people.
Oh
Yes.
no, absolutely.
And
Yeah.
I was like ashamed to see that part of
I
something.
was
that, like,
ashamed
that
to
kind of
see it,
humanity exists.
and
Like,
ashamed
it's
to be a
just
part of
scary
it
to see.
because I would engage in the darkest parts of myself while playing Dota. That's what I hate. I hate it, dude. I just become like the worst part of like John Danho when I'm playing Dota, dude.
Oh man.
I just get like too focused on winning, too focused on like I get like angry all the time. Like, it's not good, dude. It breaks me, and I'm sure it breaks other people's patience of me. It's not good.
So my answer is, only in Dota. Only in Dota.
Fair enough. I agree with that.
It really is, dude. It's Dota.
Yeah.
Any other game, I don't think will do that. Maybe League of Legends, but I don't know if we have time to talk about that
League
this
of
year.
Legends. I think we should do an entire segment right now.
Right now? Oh, I
wait a
don't know.
second. Oh man, look at that. We're out of time.
Oh, what a shizame, dude.
Yeah. Well, guys, that does it for 2015.
Hell yes. What a great year.
What a great year.
Yeah.
2016 is going to be better.
Way better.
Unfortunately, we're not going to have Maher Oppo on the podcast, but hopefully later on,
The
once he
return.
comes back to
I'll be back
the States, we'll
I'll be
have a
back.
return cast.
So when are you coming back, Maher? Around, like, guesstimate.
next summer.
Yeah, around then, huh?
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I earnestly hope you have fun in Armenia.
Oh, thanks, man.
I loved it when I went, and I mean, you've been there more than me, and I'm sure you're gonna have fun. So
Hope so.
Nothing much
It'll
else
be
to
good.
say, man. I think you're on the right track. Good job.
This has been a good year. It's been a pleasure with you, gentlemen.
Yeah.
man. Absolute
It's been
pleasure.
good, Meher.
Stay tuned, everybody, because we're gonna
Yeah.
have some dope stuff on our website, and
Smoking all the finest dope, my man.
it's only getting better.
All right.
Only getting better. All right, guys. Well, if you have questions for us, send it over to mail@thenextlevel.com, and we'll answer it next time. 2016. All right,
Sounds
guys.
good to me.
Have a good Christmas. Have a nice
Hanukkah.
end of
Everything
year,
else,
Hanukkah,
yeah.
everything else. I don't know.
I think Hanukkah passed, man.
I don't know.
Happy
Have a nice one
holidays.
anyway. I hope you had a nice Hanukkah.
Let's all be PC, bro. Happy holidays.
Chestnuts roasting